Hello, everybody, and welcome to the United League Championship. We're here now for the Tier 1 race in USA, and this could be where the championship is sealed. From my calculations, there are 104 points still up for grabs, and STS have a current lead of 98, so that's what I've worked out. So as long as they score 6 points here, in this race, they will be the champions, no matter what everyone else does. So, a fantastic opportunity here, almost certain that they'll take the championship. Finn already crowned the Drivers' Champion in Tier 1, so he's the best driver in league racing. And now he's just trying to top it off and make it a double for his league. And hopefully in store for a good race. And join me in the commentary box, as always, Rappers F1.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to the stream for Tier 1. I said, very decent Tier 2 race earlier. Lots of battling, lots of controversy, you could say. Yes, STS, as you said, are nearing the title in general. I'm guessing they've won it in Tier 2 completely. I think they've wrapped it up in Tier 2 already, I assume.
Yes, they would have wrapped it.
So they would have wrapped it in Tier 2. So they've won the Tier 2 title at least. But obviously, overall, and the Tier 1 title is yet to be won, and this could be their day to do it. So, and obviously with the top 10 scoring points for this race, the present system of the point system, they'll have a very good chance of doing that. So, should be interesting indeed. So we'll see how it all goes. We could see a bit of slipstreaming techniques being used once again. We saw that last week, and it will probably happen again as well. Didn't see it much in Tier 2 though. But we'll see how it all goes. I think favourites to win this are definitely going to be Flying Finn, one to watch. And SRL have been qualifying very well, particularly in Tier 2. So in Tier 1, I think they've been pretty strong too. So we'll see how that all goes. RGB Tiz could have a very good fight on as well. He won the last race, so he's got to be having a good chance here to win this too. So Matiz is one to watch as well. So we'll see. Everyone's going to be, looks like most people are going to be signing this as super soft tyres instead of soft tyres. So doing completely different to what Tier 2 did earlier. And Finn is right behind Mike Marshmallow. It looks like Mike's almost doing Alonso and saying, no, you can't go yet. And Finn is approaching with caution. And just getting Mike to go, and Mike's not going at all. So actually Finn's going to go on his lap now and say, well, I'm not messing around now, and he's going to head into his lap. So we're going to run on board with the Flying Finn, who is actually technically the championship, champion of this tier. So GG to him from last week. He's heading into turn 1 now. Lock up a little bit, but he gets to the Epics very well, and he's got a very good run from turn 1. Heading into the S's, and he's going to try and... It's a very difficult section actually, very understeer because of the weight of these cars, and he's gone straight across it, so he's like, yeah, I'm not going to bother, I've had enough already. AOL were very misfortunate actually, there's nothing to discuss. AOL were very unfortunate in the Tier 2 race. They were running 1st and 3rd I think, and then they came 7th and 8th or something like that, so 6th, 5th and 6th, I don't know. But they were sort of here at 0 there. But Mike's on a lap right now, as both the STS boys are right in front of them. R. Hamilton is as fastest lap, 38.1. We'll see faster times than that in this session for sure. But you know what, Mike might get a bit of a distant tow here, but maybe Finn's giving Sonic slipstream. That's probably what it was, I guess.
I wonder if that was the plan originally, or whether Finn kind of just backed out of his lap and then thought, oh, you know what, I can do this. But if that was done on purpose, then that's quite a lot of effort to go to for a reasonably small gain.
I mean, 36.2 has been set by Maestro here, but you know what, Mike will be getting a slipstream here as well, so Finn might want to back up, might have wanted to back off there, but he's going to be straight onto lap as Matthias is a 35.8 straight away, so I said that he's going to be the one to watch. Alonso's going to come across the line and he's going to be in something like wherever he's going to be, but Mike's now in P3. How about Alonso? Where did he go there? He went P4 there, so he didn't gain a lot there, as you said, a relatively small gain. But Giovinazzi's into pits again. Finn's getting slipstream from Alonso. Alonso might want to go straight on here, which he does do indeed. Cuts it completely, and Mike is right there following Finn along. He's almost just using Finn a lot here, and he's putting Finn in a little bit of... I'd find that quite disturbing, just saying a wild runner behind me for a whole lap. I wouldn't like that. And this would really help Mike, actually. This could really give him a better lap here. But that's just going to add to his wears on wear on his tyres. So he might take it here. Alonso gives Finn the slipstream still. Just a three-way battle here in the quality section. Finn's going to go to the outs.
I've never seen anything like it.
This is just madness, really, isn't it? This is slipstream on another level.
MotoGP.
This is. Finn looking to be on a decent lap here as Maestro gets out of the way now. And just a lot of traffic, really, isn't there? Matiz is off the track. And Mike finally backs off.
Down.
He's finally decided to go, you know what? Nah, I'm done with this lap. Now Maestro is heading into the penultimate corners. Maybe there's a bit of gamesmanship going on there between Israel and STS. Maybe Mike doing it deliberately to put Finn off. But I've got lying. Finn goes P3 behind Matiz. So that lap was hugely probably disrupted, I would say.
Yeah. It's not worth the slipstream to be in a massive battle with two other cars. I think that's just too much length going towards getting slipstream there. Other factors are just going to...
James, are you okay? He's just gone very quiet all of a sudden. I think James is connected to the party. I think you might have briefly had me go off. James, are you back?
Yeah.
Okay, you're connecting in the party.
I didn't realise I'd gone.
But right now, I think everyone's at their bank, so we're going to go through the race director currently, and Matiz is in pole provisionally, ahead of Abis in second place, so SRO and XRO are heading the top two, and then you got Flying Finn in third place, Maestro in fourth for the F1 League, who had a really good race in tier 2, they came second, and they were battling for the lead. Well, they were in the lead into the final lap, a couple laps. And then Mike Maestro in 5th, 6th for Jork, 94, 7th for STS F1 Alonso, 8th for R. Hamilton, 9th for Clemundo, and 10th for the Mighty Midget, or BPR Midget in this case. A's Reactions in 11th, 12th for Sierra Bearline, 13th for RR Giovinazzi, 14th for BPR Goblin, 15th for Aero Reversal, and then a lot of people having times like Sir Hamilton. I think he's got a quality ban, hasn't he? Or maybe.
Do you want me to run through the people that have got qualifying bans?
Yeah, that'd be great.
With qualifying bans this week, quite a few actually, 5 people. BPRL Goblin, both CRL drivers and both UCRC drivers, which is Zed Nausea and Jay Pierce. Zed Nausea coming in as a reserve, and unfortunately having to serve a ban, so it's not ideal.
The league ban, not a driver ban, really, is it? Isn't it? It's just
yes, yep.
As that.
It's for that position of driver, so whoever comes in as a reserve has to serve the penalty, just like the driver themselves would.
Exactly. A's Reactions is out there for the XRL B team. He's understeering like an absolute pig, but he did say to me in the commentary box that he hasn't driven this or played this game for quite a long time, and he's going to be a little bit off pace today, but as into this left-hander needs to get a good run through the straight. He has got his DRS now activated now. We're heading to the left-hander now. He's done a pretty decent actually sector there. It's not been too bad from Mazart. Into the sort of tight left-hander now. He's got that one pretty hooked. Now into the double right-hander, very tricky actually. You can just understeer off. But he's navigated through there quite well. And now into the penultimate corner now. Doesn't want to cut it, he does cut it, and that is his lap over, so he's not helped himself there. RR Giovinazzi, how was his first sector? He's actually on a 25-4, so not as good as even as either, who actually was struggling in that first sector. as Giovinazzi goes heading down this straight. And looking to have a very good second sector. Almost Mario Karting it through all these corners, and it's making me throw up physically. Yeah. And he's just gone straight on there, nearly. So, Gio not getting the best of runs through this sector. This is for WCR, by the way, not IRL, because they've changed their name. So, no longer IRL.
I feel sorry for those guys. They're going to have to either make a new account or pay the money to change their gamer tags if they want to stay relevant to their league.
Yes. I know it's not a complete league change yet, so I think it's for the next game. So I think it's just they're just naming for now, and then I think for next game, I'm sure Gio will just pop on. Cause I know he's changed his gamer tag a lot, from what I know. So he's got plenty of money to change his name. But Finn is going on for a lap now. We'll run on board with the Flying Finn. Hopefully be able to improve on that time. It's not a bad banker, but he would probably prefer to be a bit better. Looking at the front left into turn 1. Got a decent run through here. And the S is coming out right now. Let's see how he goes through them. Using them pretty well. And it's a very fast section from him there. It's going to be hard to beat Matiz, because Matiz is definitely a real competitor. He's really quick, and I watched him the other day in the SRL race. I was commentating over, and he was dominant in that race. So he's a very quick guy indeed, is Matiz. It's Mike Marshall goes top on 35.7, so he's in the fastest lap of the session so far. Finn will be hoping to beat that, but SRL, XRL, and STS, and even AOR will be competing for this pole position, I do believe. But I think it's more than likely going to be between STS, SRL, and XRL, because it's wheel hacks, isn't it? Really, it's the power of the wheel. But Finn not missing the apex there a little bit. Not doing too bad. He heads into the last sector now. And he's again missed the apex there, so he's just struggling with the balance and the understeer and the locking on that McLaren. So he's seemingly not happy. But it's not too bad otherwise. Now it's onto the corner, and the fourth gear, he's doing quite well, but it's not been the fastest from the Flying Finn. I expect better. Last corner, front left, looking up, and then DRS activated now, and across the line he comes, and it's P1, so 35.6 on a very semi race. Semi-meh lap, but not bad, but still, I think that's definitely beatable by a lot of people on the grid. Well, certain people on the grid. Camunda's on a lap currently for the F1 League, currently in 9th place. I think he's on a lap anyway. I'm probably wrong knowing me. Yes, he's on an improvement in the second sector, so good. And the fourth gear, turning it in there. He's doing quite a lot of laps on that set of super softs, I think. Last corner now, gets to the apex quite early. And here he comes across the line. It's going to be 8th place. Not really big improvements on his position. He's out there. Our Hountain might be on a lap. He's going to be on 4th blast, so we'll run on board with him for WCR. And he's lots of understeer there. He had to really throw it in there to get any sort of turn in, and that's not been the best first sector from R. Hamilton. Heads into this sort of almost like a hairpin. Basically, is 90-degree corner really. Like a lot of Hum and Tuka tracks, it's just 90-degree corners really. It's a hit DRS.
Yeah. This one's got not just 90-degree corners.
Yeah.
This has other good corners.
Yeah, luckily it's just not like Russia.
Oh.
Hey,
They're
Russia.
getting started on Russia. I'm not actually bad around Russia, but just it's not right how they've set out the track, just all tarmac. Doesn't seem
boring.
right not having any grass or...
Nah.
It's got no character as a circuit. None at all.
I was speaking to somebody about Silverstone and how they called it shit in front of me. I was like, oh, thanks, mate. I was like, it's not that bad.
Just kill them.
He was an F1 fan. I was at work and he came in and I served him. And instead, I asked him, has he gone to Silverstone? And he goes, oh, no, it's shit. I'm like, whoa! Good fucking hell. He owned track and he slate it off. Fucking hell. And then they said about the modern era being a very bad era. Yeah, lads, we're living in a bad era of F1 right now. Particularly the early Hamilton era, 2008, and Fernando Alonso. Oh, God, nah. Worst era that is.
Terrible.
Terrible era.
Yeah.
Terrible. Absolutely horrible. Oh, I couldn't believe my ears. I was like, is he actually saying this? Or am I imagining that he's just saying it off? There you go.
Yeah, he obviously wasn't having a very good day.
No, he was a collector of like F1 magazines. I was like, oh yeah.
How does he do?
But Jason's gets to a lap, and Jork's going on to a lap now for X-Ray. Got traffic in his way. A lot of cars coming out the pits, so this might impede his lap a little bit. He's done a decent run through the first sector. Got the flying Finn overhead, so he might get a little bit of slipstream here. Oh no, Finn pulls over to the left hand side, not going to give a rival any slipstream. That's a good run through there, so Jork has been on a pretty decent lap right now. He heads down the straight.
Oh, obviously, done it.
Yeah, thought he would, and I thought it'd be one of them at least. 30 by 5 there for him, so still timing it for the flying Finn, I believe, if he can get the complete lap hooked up. Jork is on a decent lap here. It's going to be hopefully an improvement for him. Works around. Getting a little bit of overstun the exit there of that corner, very easy to do. Goes through the right-handers now. He's now going through the rail. Matiz is a 35.4 there, so once again, extra roll showing the pace. And oh, Jork goes over that curb a lot. And I'm wondering if he got an invalidation there. He might not have. Last corner now, and across the line he comes. Is it going to be an improvement? It won't be because he invalidated it. I thought he did. So, there's an improvement on that lap. Kaimundo currently on a lap for the F1 League, I believe. Or maybe he's going too fast on his out lap. I don't have a clue. No, he's not on a lap. So, there you go. And
he's gone over the grass as well.
Oh, the adventures of Kaimundo.
Rallycross.
Alonso's going on to a lap now. Jason is out there. I think actually on a lap here. Jason across the line. No, he's going on to one. Or maybe he's just. Let's look at Jason. On a lap now. So we're going to with Jason for AOR, currently in 8th place. He's done very well with AOR in the ULC. He's had the better luck of most of his peers, or league peers. As Jason's struggling with understeer here, definitely. It's very easy on a pad to just understeer your way through the first sector. It's just not a very nice sector to play using on the game. But a little bit of hesitation really there from Jason. He's not really had the best of lines that first sector, but is it an improvement for him? Oh no, no, it's not. It's actually not his personal best. So he's 2 tenths off his personal best here. So not been the best starts of the lap for Jason.
Finn's a little bit down as well, just to point out. He's coming up to the last sector now, and he is down on Matiz. It's going to have to be a really good last sector if he wants to get pole.
Let's throw it in there.
To be really close with RBZ.
Been pretty good. So last corner now, needs to make this stick. Gonna be an improvement, I feel. He's been a better last corner across the line. Isn't he P2? See, Matiz is set for pole, and he's been absolutely awesome. And once again, showing again. But Jason currently in P9. Is he on an improvement here? Last couple of corners now for the AOR man. Last corner. And he cuts it slightly, and he has cut it completely, and he can be absolutely annoyed with that. And that's him, finished for the session, I think. Alonso's not continuing on, I think that will be it, I believe. Yeah, that is it for the session.
Yep.
So that's that. Finished. Finito. Alonso comes into the pits now. And I think that's been a pretty decent session. There's been a lot of leagues there that were in contention for that pole, and Dexterel grabbed it away. Matiz won the race, I think, wasn't it, last time out? In the last race, so won a race there, I believe.
No,
He did.
no. Finn overtook him in the last few laps.
Oh, he did. Oh shit, sugar. It was
Don't
in the
rub it
race
in,
then.
Yeah, he was leading for a very long time and was a little bit unlucky to lose the win. So
Yes.
maybe a moral victor last time out, he might like to think.
Yes. Oh, he should have won it. But now he's sat on the right path to win the race. But Finn's gonna be right there, and you saw how close Finn was behind. But not the best luck from Finn. Probably could have done better. But in the end today, they're all out there on the same piece of tarmac, and they have to deliver. And if they don't deliver, then someone else is gonna beat them. They have to try and beat each other. But as I'm just getting the flash screen of death of just flashing through the cars that are not even on track. And there we go. Finally, we are finished. So, Matiz is on pole position by half a tenth of a second ahead of the Flying Finn in second place. It's a very good job from XRL and STS there. RBZ in third place and fourth for Mike Marshmallow. So the SRL boys are sharing the second row. Fifth is our reactions, considering he didn't do hardly any practice. Good result for him for the XRL team. AR Reversal in sixth, seventh for F1 Maestro, eighth for STS F1 Alonso, and ninth for the Mighty Midget for BPRO, and 10th for Jason. So AR1 not having the best qualifying zone, 6th and 10th. And then for Jolt 94, 12th for Commando, 13th for Ara Hamilton, 14th for Ara Giovinazzi. So the Ara boys are on that row there, and Sarah Verline and the rest of them have not set. That's because of quality bans. So there you go, that is it. And the top 11 was separated by a second. So pretty small gap, really, if you think about it. And that's a very decent qualifying session. Very much at the end, just a sprint towards the end, and the top four are separated by 2.5 tenths. So very close between them four, and I think they'll be going out for the race win here. And I think it's going to be quite tight, and see how it all goes. I think that's going to be a very interesting group to watch. But I'm going to exit now. Do their thing.
Yeah, it's really good to see the cars so close. Because obviously we've seen Finn winning 5 out of 6 races so far, so it's not always guaranteed that you are going to get close battles, but often we've seen so far that the pace has been very close in qualifying and for much of the race as well, but Finn just seems to have the edge when it really matters near the end of a race, so it'll be interesting to see if he can do the same here or whether the pace of the other guys is just going to be a little bit too much for him to come out on top. But obviously in second place in a very good position as long as he gets a clean getaway and sticks in that top 3 or 4.
Going back now, and hopefully we're just waiting. Still the qualifying results on my screen, so yeah. Well, I'm not on the qualifying results, just somebody else's, so I think it's ready for waiting for people to ready up in the session currently. But yeah, decent qualifying session there. Much more exciting than the tier 2 one, from my point of view. Because tier 2 was a bit meh. Oh, we're finally into it now, I think. Dun 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 dun. I'm just memeing the hell out of this music, this menu music. I don't know why. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Okay, here we go. Don't know anymore. I've read it so many times, it just annoys me. Oh, they're all lining up for the grid, for the formation lap. And just waiting for everybody to get underway here. Actually, perfect timing for us, so run on board with them as Batista will lead them round. But those SRL boys are looking pretty daunting in the second row, I'd say. They're the ones to watch here. They get ready for their formation laps, effectively. But if I was to put a bet on anybody here, I do think the SRL boys have got a very good chance of winning this race still. But I do hope that Matiz wins it. I think he deserves it. So I'm hoping, if I am going to say it, I might say Matiz. I think the top 3 as they stand, actually. I think that'd be quite a reasonable one to say. However, it'd be nice to see some battling. So I'd probably say Matiz, Finn, and RBZ there.
That's a good point that you made about SRL having a good chance though, because having two cars really high up allows them to split the strategy, try two different things maybe, and obviously that gives you a little bit more chance of possibly getting the win with more options that could pay off over the course of the race.
Yeah.
So that is an advantage for them.
Azar's there as well, and I think he could, if there's any banter at the front, then he can make some real work of that.
He was very strong in the first few races, wasn't he, Azar? But
yeah,
just tailed off in the last few rounds a little bit, so he wasn't here last week, I don't think. But yeah, very, very strong first two rounds, and then just hasn't quite had it in him since then. But fifth is a really great spot for him to start getting right up at the top again.
Yes. Now we're heading round the final sector for the lineup for the race, and here we go. Let's hope for a good start to the race. Matiz and Finn are very respectful of each other, so I'm sure there won't be any argument between them two. Hopefully not, anyway. Otherwise, I think them two probably have a little go at each other. So here we go. They're lining up, and they're going to be getting ready to race. In positions now. All lining up now. So here we go, boys. Red team to go racing here for 5 red lights for the US Grand Prix for Tier 1. Lights down, away they go, and a pretty decent start from Matiz. Finn's got a pretty good one up the inside, but Matiz will cover early, but Flying Finn's already there, and up the inside he goes. They go wheel to wheel, banging wheels with each other. Matiz going quite deep there onto the curb, and look at that, the SRL boys are going to be right on him, and look at that, RBZ goes around the outside of Matiz. Matiz loses two positions in literally one corner, and Reversal is into P5 there, and look at that, he's in a very good position to try and marshmallow there, as they're all just packed up here. Matiz is following RBZ, Mike is following Matiz, and this top 5 even, are pretty close together. Matiz gets a pretty good run there, and so does RBZ, so Mike Flying Finn is bolted away early, and he wants to try and win this race as quick as he can. But look at the behind, there's battling going on between drivers. You got a Ferrari, Azar Reactions, who had a really bad start to this race. Was in 5th place, or 6th place, wherever he was, I think it was 5th. And he's down to 9th place here, and Jason is attacking him now. Big gap to 8th place, I think that's Midget in 8th. And look at that.
Oh, Matiz has got that on the inside of RBZ.
Matiz got them moved on. Well, how's he? Oh, he's going up the inside.
They're going side by side now.
And up the inside, he's now in the position, and RBZ lets him go. I think he knows it's not worth the risk of just hustling each other at this stage, because it's just so early phases here. But Matiz is done a decent job to get in 2nd place. It is vital for him to be there, of course, because he needs to make sure he can get past the Reversals. Very feisty at this stage with Maestro here. They're going wheel to wheel as well. In this first lap, they've been absolutely not giving an inch to each other, and Reversal goes around the outside here. And look at that! Look at that at the front. They're going literally just 2 by 2. Maestro's on the inside of Reversal. Reversal leaves the room. Contact's made, but Maestro luckily keeps it in P6. Backs off out of it. Doesn't touch him in the wrong position. And look at that. Alonso's in 7th, 8th from the Mike Midget. So he's in a really decent start to this race. Majork 9th, 10th for Jason. 11th for Azar, who's had a torrid start to this race indeed. Sarah Hampton's made some ground up in 13th place. Fairline's in 16th place. Sarah still out the points here, but they could get into the points definitely. Soft tyres for Sarah Hampton, and I'm assuming super softs for Sarah Vellon from what I can see. So Hampton's going to be lining up a move on RL Giovinazzi. Going to look to the inside, no he won't. Gio's getting brake checked almost by Constantinian by Asia Reactions there, so couldn't see where to go. Comundo down the field in 15th, getting changed by RL Hamilton. Sarah Vellon on them as well. And we'll see how they go. Hamilton's to the inside. Sarah Valent's going to go to the middle of them. Three-way. Here we go. Into the middle. There you go. It's Valent's going to be on the middle. And you know what? He might make this move stick. Kamina's on the curb. He gets the move done, but Kamina's still down the inside. And that would have been a fantastic move. He peeled that off on both of them. That would have been an incredible move. Veline trying to look at the situation, but he can't do it. But Gio is battling with Azar big time. And he's going to go on the outside here, and Azar looks like he's just struggling. Maybe he's got damage or something, but not looking to be on the pace. Matthias goes faster than look at them. They're all going, but faster for the race. And we are going to turn back to the leaders and see how it's all going. But Matthias is looking on Finn. He's being patient. Mike's now in P3 instead of RB. It says maybe some team orders there, and that is the possibility. I don't know if it's true, but maybe there was their team orders there. RB just let him go. Felt that maybe Mike had the better pace. I don't know.
I think that would make sense because despite RBZ getting into second on the first lap, the front two have created quite a big gap actually, and already Mike is starting to close that gap down a little bit since he's got past RBZ. So I think that probably was team orders.
And that's perfectly fine, obviously, because this is a league of leagues. The league has got to do the best job for the league. So, but no, yeah, it is another track that is a wheel track. That's commented by Jay Gray. It is a wheel track, and Matthias goes in the inside of Finn, and he gets the moves done. Slipstream and the DRS was very OP there. Finn will try and cut back, but he cannot. And Matthias sets the lead of the race pretty nicely there, and decent job there for Matthias. Superb move, didn't let Finn have a sniff back at him. So good job for Matthias. Leads this race now, and back into where he started. The reversal's in a distant 5th place, and look at that. Maestro is battling away with Midget. Midget's on the cut back here, goes around the outside. He'll try and flick it back in to get the cut back, but Maestro keeps his car in the right position. Tries to go around the outside, but cannot do that. And Midget's going to try. Oh, he's gone too deep there. He's run the curb, and Jork's going to be looking for a little bit of a move here. Midget will be a little bit vulnerable, but no, he cannot. Soft tyres for Jork, and I think he's just the highest soft one here. They're switching each other down the straight. But no moves, I assume. As actually, no, Jock goes to the inside, looks to Midget, but cannot. And Jason's on the outside, but cannot make the move stick. And that was close between them. Giovinazzi now being overtaken by Sarah Hamilton, who's now in 11th place. So he's close behind that group there. As Jork's actually the fastest, and Midget's gone very deep there. Jork's going to go around the outside here. He does go around the outside, goes up the inside of the Midget. They bang wheels, and that can be a little bit too much. And they're still going wheel to wheel, and Midget gets through there. But Jason is looking into this battle here, and he's going to be looking and fighting his way here. And up the inside Jason goes. He does go up the inside. Contact is made. Luckily he didn't spin out, and he gets into 9th place. But Jay Gray goes, how is that fair then for leagues that don't use wheels? It's basically just AOR dominated. Well, I can tell you that the Flying Finn isn't representing AOR in this league. He's representing STS. Technically, it's STS dominated in the ULC, but I do see your point. Technically, a lot of wheel users are in AOR, so you could refer to when it is in AOR that it is a very AOR track. I don't know how you can word it, but you know, it is
I think it's fair to say that even though AOR aren't dominating in the league standings, they still have many of the drivers who are at the top, because a lot of people are in AOR and then in another league as well. So even though it's not AOR dominating, it is kind of showcasing all the AOR drivers in a good light here, with so many of them right at the front of the pack.
Yeah, definitely. And Flying Finn is one of those AOR drivers, and he will be doing season 13 as well. And I think even Matthias is... I don't know if Matthias is signed up, I'm not certain about that, but Matthias is right there, right behind Finn right now. They've been doing some ding-dong.
I don't think Matthias is, because he's obviously previously been racing in XRL, which has been on a Sunday. I don't think it is on a Sunday anymore, but probably something that has never really been an option to him, AOR, so he's probably not that interested.
But you'll have the DRS now. We go a little bit off topic there about leagues and where they go. Yeah, Scorch. Yes, I know, Gorch. Yes, I know he's next round instead. No, that's what James sort of just said. Thanks for that, Gorch, mate. Thanks for the input. As Matthias gets past Finn instead, and just playing with each other almost. It's just they're clean, doing their own thing. There's this group of 3 now. Mike's starting to join in as well, so SRF definitely on for a very good result. Alonso's in 5th place currently ahead of Reversal, so he's also positioned to Reversal there. Well, Reversal's positioned to Alonso here. But no one really having a ding-dong right now. Jason's in 8th, 9th for Midget, 10th for Sarah Hamilton now. So he's now into 10th place. Jork has gone to Narnia. He's gone behind. So it looks like being contact made, and Midget looks to the inside of, I think, who's that? On the inside of it was Jason. So he's looking pretty close here, as Will to Will at the inside is a Reversal, and F1 Maestro. Maestro cuts back on him though. Maestro goes on the inside, on the outside for this corner here, but won't get the move done, and Reversal will have the inside of this racing line. So Maestro backs way out of that one, but look at that, they're all fighting over each other, and it's incredible racing right now, absolutely incredible. You put it before, Gorge? No, mate. On my screen, you didn't. Sorry. It is always delayed, so sorry about that. But Maestro is once again still behind Reversal.
Cyril Hamilton's just retired.
Are you joking?
Yeah, that's why there's just been a virtual safety car there. Which,
We'll have to find out why he retired from the race then. Did he crash out or anything? Let's have a look at his warnings or corner cutting, shall we? It's maybe got
It's a shame for Matiz there, because he's not been able to pass on the DRS straight there and regain the lead that he lost at turn 1.
Finally. Let's look at Sarah
Look how
Hamilton.
close Mike is now.
Just DNF'd. I think he might have just crashed out with Sarah Hamilton and just lost a rear or something. Yeah. But Mike is, yeah, let's go to the front.
Yeah, if Mike has a good virtual safety car restart, he can be right up there. There was a tiny little gap between him and Matiz, but good chance to close it down here. As Finn's going awfully slowly here at the virtual safety car, because RBZ is now caught up. So I don't know what's going on here. Is Finn gonna gun it a little bit down here straight? Yeah.
They're going now, aren't they? But it seems a bit. Oh no, they're not yet. Actually, oh, have they gone or? I think they have gone. They are racing.
Oh, Finn's done that beautifully. Look at that. He's created a big gap.
He's managed to catch Matiz out, and that is a clever idea. That is very clever. Very race driver head. That's what I see from Finn. Just a race driver head there. Matiz will be a little bit rattled by that, I would have thought, but Mike's dropping a little bit back from Matiz as well, so Matiz definitely can still win this race. But look at that. The Festival boys are still in P3 and P4. Maestro is quite far behind this bunch here. So even Alonso is actually getting in amongst this top 4 action here. So even STS might pick off these two, and STS are looking set for their championship a complete championship here. So that's gonna be done. They won the Tier 2 championship, and Jason's gonna go to the inside here, and he'll get the move done. Yes, he will. Oh, he's completely offshot that completely, and Midget gets back, and gets him back. So there you go. That's him into P7. So Jason will be a little bit rattled. He feels that he probably deserves that 7th place now. Let's see. He's got to make sure he gets it done nicely.
Hampton's right back up with Finn again.
RL Gymnastics in 9th place. Sarah Verline is in 10th now, so he's running the flag high for CRL. But what needs to happen really is we guys to have a complete safety car as Gio's losing the rear end there, and Verline senses his opportunity at the inside. He goes, and he locks the front left. He gets the move done. He needs to leave room for Gymnastics. He does leave room. They have the DRS that heading down into turn 1, slipstreaming as well. Gets the inside of our Giovinazzi, and he should get the move done. He does get the move at the inside. He'll cover the inside for the second corner, and that's him into 8th place, which someone was pitted as well. So, alright, Sarah Verline into 8th place now, and that's good points for Cero. Decent stuff there, who they did win the Tier 2 race with Arctic Avenger. Jason now is right there with the Mighty Midget. and he's going to be looking to desperately get past. He feels that he's probably a little bit faster at this stage of the race. DRS is coming up right now, so he might want to concentrate and get a good run off that corner. And Maestro isn't far ahead either, so that would be one to watch there. As Jason's got a decent run here. DRS will be activated now. Here we go down the straight, and he goes to the inside, and he gets the move done pretty easily on the Mighty Midget. Will he overshoot it? He will. No, he does struggle with the braking there, but he's got to the corner okay, and he's in 6th place now. So decent job from Jason there. RBZ is actually, look at that. Look at this group now. Matiz in the lead. And we haven't been watching this battle because we've been battles behind, and I'd see it as a ding dong between Finn and Matiz. But if they get it wrong, Mike is right there for the taking, and Matiz is just—he's faking it into the pits as well. He's playing mind games with Finn, as Finn's playing mind games with Matiz on the safety car on the restart there. So here we go, slipstream for Finn, and he's going to look to the inside. He does dive bomb up the inside. And Matiz, he's got actually just overshot it actually, and he's going to lose a bunch of position to Mike as well. IBZ might fancy his chances as well around the outside of Finn, and Finn in a massive error there. IBZ on the inside, Finn's on the outside, they won't yield. Finn leaves the room, and Finn's on the inside there, and Finn's going off the track actually, I think. And IBZ on the inside once again, and there you go, around the outside, wheel to wheel with both of them, superb stuff. And IBZ is trying to switch back on in here, and Finn is a little bit vulnerable here. But look at that. Mike's got away at the front with Matiz, and IBZ is having a look at the inside, but won't make the move stick. And IBZ is trying to set himself up for a DRS move here. The other DRS activated now, and the slipstream. So here he comes on Finn. It's a very good run here, and Finn is going to be really vulnerable. And Finn has lost the lead, or basically just lost second place out of nowhere by just overshooting it, and almost in disparity to get past Matiz at this early point in this race, and that's cost him a lot of time. But right now, Finn is just trying to just keep with RBZ, but Mike Marshall is putting a little bit of pressure on Martin Matiz as well now. So a bit of vulnerability there. Finn is right there with Mike, so with RBZ backed. And oh, look at that! Oh no! Oh, they're all coming in. I was just going to double step behind Mike, and that is a massive mistake, I say, because that means that's going to really hurt him. And Finn will be back into P3. Let's see how the stops are for everybody. And look at that! Even the yellows, the SRL boys do get held up completely in the pit lane there, and Mike still manages to get behind Matiz there. But look at that! Massive hold up for RBZ, and he's going to be quite far behind. He's going to be in big traffic with the manners as well. So that is just really annoying there, and that is just going to be big time. But look at that, Mike is in traffic with STF1 Alonso. Where is the Flying Finn? He's in a 9th place behind Azar Reactions at this stage, and Azar got the massive undercut. We didn't see him do that. But he got the massive undercut earlier on, and look at that, he's in 8th place now. So Finn is in some massive traffic, and that's not going to help his cause if he wants to win this race. And Nausea is gone very wide. He's actually forced Mike off, and Alonso's on the inside. Oh, he is on the inside. That was too friendly. He's lost the rear end, and he's actually going to be coming quickly as well. And Finn's going to be coming quickly here, and yeah, Alonso might be told to just hold up Reactions here, but Reactions has just not got any DRS. He's got a slipstream though, and at the inside Finn goes here. He's gonna go. Oh, contact is made. Like mate, I don't know if that was contact, but massive contact on my screen. But Finn in 8th place, luckily, not destroyed. But Nausea was holding up Mike Marshmallow. Mike Marshmallow is trying to make way of Jay Pierce here. Having a little look. So this is not helping him, and it's allowing... Oh,
safety car.
Safety car. It's not going to come up on my top screen there, but it's come up with black boxes. So there you go. That is the race all calmed down. I don't know what that was for though. Cyril Verline's going to be leading this race, but it's going to be way at the back now as a result of this. That's come out the wrong time for him, I would say.
Has he beaten the safety car? I think he's beaten the safety car out the pit. Oh no, he hasn't. No, that's disaster. That's the most unfortunate thing I think I've seen happen to someone under the safety car in a while. He'd literally just gone past the pit lane, but hadn't made it to the finish line before the safety car was deployed. So he's been really screwed over there because there was no way he could have brought it into the pits, and he's going to be held up. That's such a shame. That's terrible, terrible luck. Literally nothing he could have done about that.
But at least he'll be in front of a lot of the runners that haven't pitted yet. I suppose that would be the main thing, but it's going to be just in traffic now, and all that hard work has all been undone there, so annoying. But Finn's going to be back in it after getting held up, and he's going to be behind Mike. And that's going to be for third place, net third. Who else has been destroyed by that? Let's have a look at the people who haven't stopped yet. We've got JPS, who's probably been mugged off a little bit as well, but he's on the medium, so he might be okay to continue on that third medium. So he might not pit yet. He might think about not pitting because I think the super stuff can do that long. Super stuff lasts around about 12, 11, 10 laps around this track. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Sarah Airlines managed to do quite a long distance on this side. He's lap 11, so he's going to be coming in. So yeah, I'd say that you wouldn't see JPS in yet. Fairline comes in for a set of softs on my screen. Is he coming on a set of softs? Can he do that? Oh no, he hasn't. It just switched on my screen because it's a nice game. No, he's on a set of softs. Wait, is he on a set of softs or super softs? What is going on? On your screen,
yeah, the same just happened to me.
Wow. Has he had a stationary pit stop, like a stationary pit stop that comes in like to pit stop during the race? I don't know what's happened there, but no idea. But let's have a look at the people who have not pitted again. Not many actually. So yeah, I think everyone's okay apart from Sarah of Airline, JPS, because they're going to be right behind. So I'd say JPS might want to pit. That's what I say. I've noticed something coincidental though. Whenever Fizzy starts watching the stream, hi Fizzy by the way, it brings a whole lot of viewers. We just went up to from 30 up to 55. So I think there's some sort of hack or something that maybe or coincidence. This is a coincidence.
The Formula 1 game just tweeted as well.
Oh, did
the
they?
official Formula 1 game account to watch us.
So
thank you very much to them. That helps as well, obviously, as well as Fizzy.
Of course it does. So nice to see that Codemasters and people who are working on the new F1 game are tuning in as well, or just recognise us. So that's great, and we thank them a lot for that. That's awesome, and they're doing a fantastic job right now, Codemasters, with interacting with the league, with leagues in general, and that's just great to have that league connection with the guys who actually make the game. So it's brilliant. But right now, it's an interesting race to be unfolded here, and Cyril Verline, I don't know what he's doing, but he's if he's actually on set softs, he was on super softs on our screens, and it changed. Now, I don't know.
Yeah, I think he is on the softs. That often it's wrong early on in the race if you're spectating. But I would still pit if I was him, even if I was on the softs, because he's even if you go to the back of the queue, at least you get your pit stop out of the way then. But
yes.
I think it will have factored in that he got kind of screwed over by the safety car. He might have come in and pitted, but I suppose now he probably thinks I might as well just risk it, gamble, because I've lost out so much that if I do pit, I'm in a really bad position. But unfortunately, I don't think it's going to work for him.
Geordie Flash has commented on this stream. Drew and Cuz of the F1 game tweeted, followed now. Thank you for the follow, and we do appreciate it. And that is awesome stuff. So we thank the for Codemasters and the Formula 1 game Twitter for tweeting out about us. That is fantastic. That's going to gain us some viewers big time, and we are already up to 62 viewers. So thank you guys for watching, and still watching at this point. And hopefully the next laps, the next bit of the race is going to be interesting. Well, so we'll see how it all hooks up, but it's still very interesting here. You do feel that Matiz is the net leader here, and Mike is going to be a little bit impeded by JPS here. He's not going to have it all easy, and same with the Flying Finn. So it's yeah, but still, as it stands, STS will be winning this championship. With the ULC, they'll win the whole lot. So even at this point,
yeah, with RBZ quite a long way down now in 8th place. That's cost them really badly, actually. Yeah, it's very likely because obviously, as well as only having to score 6 points, if SRL drops 6 points, then and that's it as well. So
another
yeah,
viewer
it
as
should
well.
be very simple for them to get it now for STS.
Another viewer as well, Thomas JS03. I joined because of the F15 tweet as well, so that's awesome. Making you guys know, and I can see there's probably a lot more people that haven't commented. But feel free to interact down in the chat and interact with everybody in the chat currently. But right now, I think we're going to be going racing now. Because it looks like Matiz has bunched the pack up. I'll get back to the front. That'd be great. Actually, no, not Matiz. Fairline has. So he'll be going to hopefully get away here. But I'm not sure we've made the right decision. But you never know.
If you can have a strong few laps now at the front, then you might be able to make the most of this strategy, but it does rely on having a really good restart here.
Yeah, and he's on that limiter as well, so which is a pain. But I think he's gone now, actually. So he's gone now. Matiz had a pretty decent restart as well. He's gone with him early, and he's going to try and just keep with Sarah Airline here, who have a decent exit here. Fresher tyres. He slipstreams him down the straight, goes to the right-hand side. Going into turn 1 of lap 14, he goes around the outside here. Can he outbrake Sarah Velen? Goes around the outside of him, and he's going to be close on the curb, but he'll be on the inside of the turn 2, and he gets the move done. Sarah Velen will try and fight back, but he cannot. He knows he doesn't have the tyre wear at this stage, and he doesn't have tyre life. But look at that, Jay Pierce is in. Actually, no, Finn's now into P3, so Mike and Finn were able to dispatch, but Mike must have lost a lot of time there as a result, and Finn was able to just mug Mike off, obviously, or something like that. So Finn's now into P3. His race win is not over. Technically, it's 2nd place because Zara Bellon hasn't pitted as of yet. So here we go. Oh, Mike Bellon is getting so close to Tiz as well, even on 1 tyre. So that's awesome stuff. JP is now in 5th place, quite a long way back, as STS F1 Alonso is right behind JPS now, slipstreaming him down the straight, goes to the inside here, and he's going to try and make this move stick. Up the inside he goes, and he gets the move done, and done in 2nd gear, and he's, contact's made between the two of them, but he does get the move done, and he's into P5, but obviously he's going to go around the outside. Actually, that's another one. He also lost a lot of time from the double stacking from the Red Bull boys. From the Red Bull boys? God? Red Bull boys? No. From the double stacking of the Renault boys. And he's down in 7th place now. And he's going to be trying to make a move on, because that's really hurt SRL. They were running 3rd and 4th. They're in a good position, and that's not good. But he's going to get the inside and contact's made. He's spun around, and he's gone. And that is within laps of being a hero. He's now at 0. And that is just annoying for him. But Jason's also lost a lot of time as well, down in 12th place. And look at that, look at this, 3 wide abreast. Maestro, Midget, and Giovinazzi up the inside. Gios goes, he's going to try and give them room. And he does give them plenty of room, not making any contact. Maestro's on the inside. Maestro's now in 7th place. The F1 League running in 7th place currently. Where is the other Red Bull for the F1 League? Where is he?
Camander's struggling. He had a problem at the start. He dropped down to 15th at the start, so...
He's in 14th currently, so he's quite a long way back.
Yeah.
But look at that. Oh, the Ferrari of Reactions battling with Jason. The Reactions had no pace in this race. He started off really well, he qualified well, and he just hasn't had the pace in this race, seemingly. And maybe it shows the limited practice he's had. He just hasn't been able to keep consistent. And now Jason's in 11th place now, and anyone else ahead battling away well. I think I can see a little battle up front. Verline's battling away with Mike. He's on the inside of Mike here. He's still yet to pit, of course. Mike gets the move done pretty easily, as now Finn's back in 2nd place, and he's chasing after RG Matiz for this race win here. So, yeah, that is awesome stuff. Alonso is now in 5th place, so right now it's a STS 2-5. It'll be enough to win the ULC Championship in general, and the Tier 1, Tier 2 Championship together. So that'll be good for them. Alonso's just gonna probably be a little bit of traffic here with Airline, but Airline's still not pitted, so he's still chosen not to. J Piss in 6th place now, and Maestro's coming quickly. Anyone behind? How's it going on behind? Nothing really going on. A little bit spaced out currently. As Jason goes on the inside of Norsey, does he go to the outside? Norsey is on the inside here. Around the outside, Jason goes for AOR, and he cannot. A Reactions is trying to follow him through as well and keep with him. And going to the S's once again. Set of softs for Jason, remember, so he's on the faster compound. And he's just trying to cover a good exit here as Nausea is locking up a little bit on our screens. Try and get a good exit here. And Nausea runs wide, and here comes Jason. He's got a good run here. Zig to the inside. He'll try and set himself up. Having a little look now. There is going to have the DRS now as well, and the 6th. Sorry about that, guys. I think we're back running once again. Yes, we are. Sorry about that. Apologies for that cut out. That is the Xbox app doing its usual thing, cutting me out from the stream very nicely. As my image is now battling away with Cyril Vellan. He's lost a lot of positions as we came back once again. And look at that, Midget's going to be in the middle of them, all going wheel to wheel. Giovinazzi's gone, he's spun, contact's made, Midget's gone, and so is Giovinazzi. They lost a bunch of time. I don't know, it was nuts there. Just everything just kicking off there.
Oh, Finn's had contact as well. He was in the lead, but Matiz has obviously tried to get the lead back off him, and he's dropped a third now as Finn, so there's obviously been contact between those two.
Yes, definitely, and that is hugely unfortunate for him. He's lost the lead, and Matiz back into the lead once again. Mike's following suit. Finn just had a bit of bad luck in this race as well, and he just hasn't had it, has he? And unfortunately, but now the STS boys are running still 3rd and 4th. Still on for the championship right now. Maestro in 5th. 6th, Sarah Airline, who still hasn't pitted yet, and I do sense he's going to go on a set of softs for the rest of the race, so he's definitely chosen to do that. Jason's in 7th currently. The My Midget in 8th. Ava Actions in 9th now, and Nausea is in 10th ahead of Giovinazzi and RBZ. RBZ also actually lost out big time in this. All this battling, all this contact that's been made. He's lost out a lot here. He's not had the race he wanted really. He was running quite high up, and he obviously spun out, didn't he, as well. So he's just been unfortunate here as Giovinazzi goes to the inside of Nausea now. RBZ's going to try. Oh, they're making contact as well, and Nausea's going to try and go wheel to wheel. DRS will be activated now. We'll just have the wheel. Oh, look at that. Look at the RBZ go. Oh, he's trying to make it 3 abreast. He really is trying to make a gap that isn't there. Goes in the middle of them, 3 wide into the hairpin once again. And we saw something last time with Giovinazzi, and luckily nothing there. But Nausea's at the inside. They're going wheel to wheel, and Gio's lost the rear end, and RBZ's gone again. He's gone again. He's gone. And I just heard a massive the crash sound, and he's gone, and I think he just wants to throw it in the towel at this point. I think he just wants to throw it in. But you never know. This car could come out here, but Jason's now all over the back of Fairline, but Fairline boxes it in, and he's going to be a long way back. I don't know if it's going to be enough to score points here for Cyril here. But Mike is right there with Matiz as well, and Mike is looking strong for this race win as we speak.
Wonder if Finn can come back, because he had brilliant pace after the restart, did Finn. Able to close down the gap past Matiz, but obviously that contact somewhere, or maybe a mistake by himself, but probably most likely contact has just dropped him a long way back. But there's still plenty of laps for him and Mike as well to catch up to Matiz.
But I mean, it just seemed like he hasn't got much damage. He obviously hasn't got any damage to his car, because he is pretty quick through that first sector, and that's a good indication of not that someone has got problems with their car. But he's catching back up again by the seams of it. Alonso is in 4th place, pretty much on his own. He's Maestro's a little bit of a threat, but he's not, not close behind. He's probably within a second and a half or so. So, but he's doing a good job for the F1 League now. And Jason's in 6th place. He's a really good comeback for AOR actually. Age of Reactions is 7th place, 8th for the Mighty Midget. Reactions is back into where he was. He had a really bad pace at the start, and he just hasn't been able to pick it up. But look at that, Gia and Nausea are battling away. Nausea's on the inside once again. He's trying to make the move stick, but he cannot, and he's got a bit of a mediocre excess. Jork is trying to get past here. This is for the final couple of points here in this race. And he's going to try something. Got a good excess Jork here. It goes to the right hand side. And he's tuned on a straight off Giovinazzi. They go around the outside of Jork. And he does make the move stick. And he's up the inside of the second corner as well. And he gets to move stick. So Jork's in 10th place now. As Commando will be trying to get in that group actually for that final points playing positions. But look at that. Jason's got some good pace here. He's right behind Maestro. Obviously, Jason being on the soft compound. And we're back at the 44 views. Thanks guys for joining us back. Sorry for that interruption earlier on. That's the Xbox app for Clue, if you want me to say it that way. But Maestro is. It's all very quiet out here. Gonna treat you guys something. Put it in the chat. There you go, boys. That's for you. But right now, Mike is right there with Matiz, and Matiz is under pressure here. I tell you something, and he's not having it his own way here, and Flynn's on his own. He's definitely called back up a little bit here as well. So that's the main thing. It's quite a lonely race with SSF and Alonso. He's getting away from Maestro. And Maestro can be under pressure from Jason down this straight once again. So I want to watch out for this. And here we go. He's going to have the DRS down this straight here. Got a decent exit, and he can have to make the move up the inside of everyone. Maestro here goes on the inside, and he gets the move done. I think he will have the inside, so he's going to have it. And he does make sure that Maestro doesn't come back at him again. He keeps calm in the middle of the road, and he does very well to defend against that. So he is now up into P5 now, and that's decent from him. And he's been chasing after STSF and Alonso. So still 4th place is definitely on the cards for AOR here. But right now as it stands, it's looking fantastic for STS to claim the ULC championship altogether. They have been dominant this season, so remember that. But Finn's caught back up to these two once again, and it's still going to be a 3-way battle for this win here. I just can't load the chat up, so I can't see what you guys are talking about. I want to. I get broken it with the comment that I've made for you guys. But right now, it's all very quiet. Age of Reactions is in their own little bubble right now. Doing a good job for XRLB team. Oh, we're back now. That's great. But Midgets are all in 8th place. It's all very quiet towards the end of this field here. There's nothing much going on. However, you've got R. Hamilton battling away with, like I said, Nausea. He's lost a lot of ground here. But Comundo here for the F1 League's on a good roll right now. He's going to try. Yeah, but nothing really formulating. He'll have to DRS now. And here comes, he's got much more frontline speed here actually. He's going to the outside of Commando. And he's going to be close with RL Giovinazzi. He goes on the inside here and he's going to go, hopefully, make it stick. He does, but Gio's on the outside here and Gio's on the inside for this corner. So actually, Commando won't be able to make this one stick as Gio's completely clattered that curb. He's going to be on the outside. If I can he cut back here? He's got superior grip.
Cyril Verlon's really gaining on this pack as they're battling.
Oh,
Cyril Verlon
close!
14th position.
Yeah, and he's still got a chance for points here with 5 laps to go.
Yeah, I think he's got a good chance.
A question from Thomas, JSO3. Has Flying Finn been here all season, or has he just joined mid-season? He's been here all season. All these rows have pretty much been here all season long. We've only got another couple of races, I believe. Am I right, James? James, you alive? Oops. But anyway, Wi-Fi's behind Jason still, and you know Jason hasn't lost him completely. Just hasn't been able to do anything here. Oh, James is connecting. James is back. Yeah, James. Look at that. Finn's right behind Mike and Margie Matiz here. I say something. This is just closing in to be a very tense three-way battle here, and these guys are going to be going at it for the last sort of 4 or 5 laps of this race here. So let's hope for a good battle here, and I think we might actually just go and stay with these boys. I don't really think there's anything behind to be interested about. Alonso's just defending against James, and actually these 3 as well, this group of 3 is one to be excited about, but we're going to go on board with these guys and see how they go in here. Try and see. James, are you there? Back. James is just still not talking. But Finn right now, just keeping away from these top 2. You might just sense that maybe you just do it maybe towards the end. Look at how much it's closed up. These 3 are going at it for P1 here, and Mike's not having the best of runs here. Oh, Finn's losing the rear end as well. And Soft comes says, where is Team CRL? But I can tell you, Charlton's gone from this race. But however, I will tell you after Finn's on the outside of Mike, and they are now battling away. This is time for the fight for the lead of the race. But I can tell you where Zero Verline is. He is down in like 14th place, and Sarah Hamilton is out of this race. So that is that. As Finn's now is sensing his opportunity to try and get past, as Casey Legend has now just gone off my camera, so he's actually going to come back anytime soon. He's also been, James has been struggling with connection throughout this race as I've been commentating. And I'll try and get him back now. Excuse me, guys. Do apologise. He's still in the lobby. But yeah, Finn will have DRS once again. These 3 are going after. How's it all going on behind? And this is what I want to know, as they're still behind Alonso here for 4th place, so it's still not happening right now. But these 3 really are close up, and here we go, going through the S's once again. And Finn, if he wants to win this race, he might want to get a move on. But right now, as it stands, STS will still win this championship. It's all done. So you know that's that really. But Finn gets a pretty good run through there once again, and he's got to be careful what Finn does here. He's got to be smart, play it smart, let Matiz and Mike do their thing, maybe, and that's probably what he probably want to do. But he knows he can still win this race here. As we head down this straight once again, DRS will be activated once again. Let's see if he gains down here. Getting a rear camera view, it's not really helping me. He does gain a lot, actually. It looks like he's running a little bit more lower wings here. Though seemingly, and he's got a good run actually. Just not yet, just not been able to. And Matiz is holding the high ground almost. It's as if Mike's not really got much slipstream, not much slipstream, because he's not really capitalising on getting past Matiz. And you would have thought by now he would have been able to get past him down the straight. with the slipstream and that, but maybe he's got the glitch, and that's maybe why, yeah. But Shimazi, who's racing for AOR, I'll tell you who is racing for AOR. Jason 97 F1 currently, who's in 5th place, and AOR Reversal for Tier 1 currently. So these two in the race are racing for AOR. In Reversal, I don't know where he is. He's down in, he's quite far back. I believe he might have actually retired from this race. I think he has. So Mike is the only, is sole running AOR driver currently. But he's got the DRS now on Alonso, and he fancies his chances here. I think he could really demote STS from Alonso down here, and Jason could finish P4, which would be an absolutely fantastic result for him, I think, and for AOR. They've had a bit of bad luck in this race, and they'd be good to finish it up with a 4th place here. So, not going backwards, I'm sorry for this. But Finn, look at that. Mike's dropped back from Matthias here, and Finn, I think, will seize his opportunity. I think it's got to be the time now. And James still hasn't got back into the party, so he's still missing. I'll invite him any second now. But look at that, Finn's got the slipstream down the straight on Mike, goes to the outside here, goes to the inside instead, and he'll go on the inside, he's going to get the move done, he locks up big time, he gets the move done, he makes sure Mike can't get back at him, and look at that, that is Finn into P2, as Mike Marshmallow is just basically caught out by surprise almost there. And Mike goes on the inside, and ping pong, that was, I think, a long way back there. I don't know what you guys saw. I look back on it here on my other screen. I'll tell you something, what happened to Finn? He dived it on the inside. Finn went very deep, but Mike just went on the inside there, and that is one to look at, actually, later on in the race. But Matiz, that's allowed Matiz to get away in this race. And he goes to the inside where he can dive on once again. He's going to lock it up, and Mike's going to cut back on him. Oh, very close between the two of them. That could have been nothing contact. And Finn's probably getting a little bit rattled at this point. He's saying this is just a little bit out of order. And they're both really just dive-bombing each other and just, I don't know what they're doing. They're just, this is not on. And this is tense racing. It's good racing, but it's just a little bit like, you know, flying a little bit too hard. And we know the controversy between a lot of the leagues in this rating. As Finn's going to look to the inside, he's going to dive bomb once again. And he's going to lock it up. They make contact once again. Mike's on the outside. They're going to wheel to wheel. And they're just trying to squeeze each other, really, aren't they? DRS activated now for Flying Finn. He'll get the straight on speed. And he will get the move done, I believe. He'll switch back to the... He'll just take it to the inside. I don't blame him at this point. He'll move back to the middle of the track. Mike's on the cutback move. And Mike's going to look to the inside. Mike's going to the outside. And they're still battling away. Finn's gone too deep, but Finn will have the inside, most importantly, for this corner. And that means that, oh, he locks up, though, and Mike will get the cut back on him. But he won't have the run. They bang tyres, they bang wheels. Finn's on the inside, but Mike will go around the outside once again. And he'll go around the outside and get the move done, and it's done. But Finn will try and cut back once again. And he cannot do it. As Finn's going to try and open up on Mike Marsh right now. Mike's on the curb there. DRS will be activated now. He's going to have to straight on speed down into turn one. Here he goes. Down in the slipstream. Going to go to the inside here. He's catching up the inside. Matiz is pretty much won this race now, as both these boys are battling away. Finn's on the inside. He'll have the inside to turn two as well. He loses the rear end. Mike won't be able to make it stick. And look at that. Finn is into P2. So luckily, just about. Oh my God. Mike gives him a little nudge through the corner. So that is cheeky. That is very cheeky. But right now, I think it's okay. I think we're all done. Well, he's got another DRS zone to go. And Mike still might be able to fight back here. You never know. He's closing up in the braking. Oh, losing the rear end is Mike. Oh my God, he might have bottled it. He might have bottled it here. It goes by much more. DRS activated now. Here we go down this straight once again. He's in the slipstream. Goes to the right hand side, does he? He's not really gaining a lot, but Finn will be on the inside. They bang. They're banging each other. Like weird images coming through my head. Mike's on the outside. And he's going to try to go around the outside. He's going to try to cut back on Finn once again. But he won't be able to cut back on Finn. He goes to the inside on Finn. Finn covers the inside smartly. Mike will cut back on him, but he's gone a little bit too deep, but he's not done it. But we're going back to the front of the grid right now. Matiz is going to win for XRL, and he's going to be taking a very good win here. He deserves it. He lost it in Italy to Flying Finn, but he will take first place. GG to him. XRL win a race wins another race here in UFC. Second place for Flying Finn. Third for Mike Marshmallow as he runs out of fuel, I think, actually, as he pushes it to the line. Maestro is going to be in fourth place. We missed all that excitement because it looks like the STF from Alonso is gone as well, but fourth will be for Maestro, fifth for Azar Reactions. Jason's going to be now in sixth place ahead of STSF Alonso, so I'm guessing there's some contact between the two of them there. But AOR finishes sixth place there, as Finn's in seventh place. That is just awesome stuff. Nausea, it will get the last point there, but will Veline get it on penalties? He might have done here, and Sarah Veline might have got the final point for CRL there. So that was an awesome race. And that was brilliant. Ira Hamilton's going to try and finish the race here for WCR, not IRL. It's changed the name now. So he'll go into the penultimate corner now. And last corner for Ira Hamilton. He'll finish the race. Jim Nazi will come home in 14th place and last. But I'll try and invite back James Casey to see if he's going to rejoin back. So there you go. There is your confirmation of the race win. So RGB Tiz wins the American Grand Prix for XRL in ULC Tier 1. So that's fantastic for him. Started on pole position, lost it, and he had to fight for it really hard actually. And to finally get that first place back was impressive. He wins ahead of Flying Finn in second place. He was battling away that Mike Marshmallow towards the end. That was pure gold. I enjoyed that so much to watch that. Fourth for Age of Reactions, really good for him. He was down quite earlier on as well, actually. I think he was struggling quite a lot, so he managed to get fourth there. Maestro in fifth, sixth for Jason, and 7 F1 for AOR, 7 for STS for Alonso, so that means STS wins the ULC Championship overall. Jork in 8th, 9th for RBZ, who recovers, and 10th for Sarah Veline, My Midget in 11th, 12th for XZ Nausea, and the RR Boys in 13th, 14th for Nausea Retirees. That is it for this race. I hope you boys enjoyed it. I do thank you all for watching and carrying on board, even though we had that slight interruption in the middle where we cut off, but more importantly, ULC has been won completely by STS, who have been dominant throughout the whole season. They've been just both tiers, Surprisemare, CJ, CMR, MR11, Flying Finn, STS for Alonso. Those guys who have raced for STS, they've been absolutely flawless in both tiers. And to win the Tier 2 championship, to win the Tier 1 championship, they're now completely the ULC champions, and they have been really since day one. They've been coming out in Australia. They were awesome. They were flying, and they've really not had much competition. And there you go. They had the best drivers, and it proves possibly the best drivers for the best league. But that doesn't take away a lot from AOR. AOR do run a lot of the drivers in STS, so you could say it's almost like a joint effort in that sense as well. But that is awesome. STS have won the UFC Championship. But it isn't the last race, Shimaza. Next week we'll be back once again for the penultimate round. I'm not certain where. That's why I'm trying to get James back in the party, but it seems like he's not joining back, so I'll try and wrap up here. But I hope you guys all enjoyed it anyway. But I want to congratulate STS on winning it. They've been dominant all for both Tier 1 and Tier 2, and to win both has been incredible, and it just proves the quality of the drivers they've got in their league, how fast they are, and it just shows what we've got on this game, and hopefully down the path we'll be able to run another season on ULC on F1 2017, definitely. Might be another season on F1 2016 though, I'm not certain about that, but should be another one on F1 2017 indeed, but that has been that. We've got another couple of rounds left in this season, so I'm sure more fun racing will be coming very shortly. But anyway, I hope you guys all enjoyed it. And be sure, this will be uploaded onto YouTube, actually, on the ULC YouTube, United League Championship on YouTube, so you can watch it again on there. I'll tweet it out, or someone will tweet it out on their account, on the ULC account. So if you want to watch it again, be sure to follow ULC on Twitter and see when it comes out. It should be out in the next couple of days or so, I'd say. I'm going to try and upload it out tomorrow. So guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Well done to STS. Well done to RGB on winning the race for XRL. He did a superb job. And we'll see you for next week.